Hi everyone, it's Dennis Yusuf here from Inspired Growth Training, and we are here for the BDM podcast show. And I have got one of my favorite people from New Zealand and of all time. Shadi always says to me, Dennis, you say that to everyone, but I don't. Okay, I don't. Shadi, you're close to my heart, love you to bits. And yes, for everyone else out there that I train and mentor, I love you all too. But Shadi is very close to me. I feel like she's my sister because we're from the same part of the world, right? So
Yes.
Shadi, thank you for coming on board and being here.
Thank you for having me. I couldn't say no to you since I'm your favorite, and you stole my line to say that you always say that every single time since we met, like, I don't know how many years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I
Yeah.
kind of crashed one of your conferences when you're in New Zealand, and I thought, I've got to go and see these guys. I haven't met them. I don't have a ticket, but they seem like a good crowd and I can learn a few things. And so I turned up there because, as you know, I am always a good networker and hungry for learning and, rubbing shoulders with the right guy. So here I am.
You are. And what's really interesting about that event, that was our 2-day mastermind we did at the Grand Millennium, I think it's
Auckland,
called,
yeah.
in Auckland. And
Yeah.
you turned up at the end, we were having drinks and that, and you ended up coming out for dinner with us. And then you came back out the next night as well, right? It was
Yes.
because you couldn't get enough of us, and you were infectious. You kept on asking us questions, and that's what I loved about how we got on. We love it when people ask us questions because they're hungry to learn.
Yeah, and I think I came back because the group of people you were with, I was working for somebody else, and I sort of in conversation said I love to do my own thing one day. And the group of people you were with, who I'm still friends with today, were very encouraging. And we were sitting down at a table, and you're like, if she can do it, so can you. We'll help you. We'll be there. So then that's when I decided, hey, I really do like this, Dennis and Darren. I think at the time Michael wasn't with you guys.
No, Michael was there, but he
Yeah.
flew out. He flew
Oh,
out.
yeah.
He was in and
Yeah.
out. He was only there for the first night.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the vibe. I enjoyed the learning. I enjoyed the friendships and the networking. And yeah, so thank you for letting me be at your table.
That's cool. It was great having you there. Now, what got you into real estate in the first place?
Uh, this is so many years ago. I'd say I was looking for a job straight out of school, and I saw a notice posted on an ACC office one day, Ray White United looking for a receptionist. And I didn't even know how to speak English properly. So I went and applied for this job, and I liked I wasn't doing real estate. I was just a receptionist for a while, and I enjoyed that, and I was good at it. And went overseas, did my thing, came back in, and again, I ended up in a real estate office working as assistant to a property manager. And one day, I actually still to this day don't remember what had happened to her, but she was ill or broke a leg. I can't remember exactly. And this was the property manager, and she couldn't be in the office. And the business owner, which had a sales department to it, said, hey, Shadi, you're in charge. So here I was in charge of the property management department, and I'd only done 5 or 6 months of it, and I was in the deep end of it. And but what I really loved about that moment is this is when I got a taste for it, is that I was making decision, and I knew the decisions I was making were fine. It didn't get me in trouble. I love the freedom it gave me. I love the fact that I chose families for properties, and that's when I really found my love for it. And since then, I haven't really looked back, and I haven't done any other jobs or career paths. I haven't followed, have kept being in real estate and property management. Yeah.
There would be hundreds of people listening to this podcast right now, all relating to how you just got dropped into all of a sudden being charged.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But wow, so you did do like real estate straight out of school. You went looking and
Pretty much, yeah.
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 Okay,
Yeah.
that's
When I
awesome.
was at school, I was working a countdown after school for a couple of hours, service deli.
Yep.
And then after that, it was all real estate. Yeah.
Countdown. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a while. For all,
Yeah. Yeah.
for all of you Americans, I'm not sure if your Americans are listening. I don't know if you guys had Countdown.
Maybe a small
New
version of
Zealand.
Walmart.
Yeah, that's probably the cheap side of Kmart. I mean, I don't know. It's geez, that's a long time ago.
It's
Anyway,
a general supermarket.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. So okay, we haven't even said where you are. So you started. Did so you're in Auckland, New Zealand as well?
Auckland, New Zealand. The
Which
land
is
of the
awesome.
white long cloud. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
haven't watched The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, then go and watch it because that's where Shadi lives, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful part of the world. Now, Shadi, so tell us a little bit about your journey because you had already said earlier that you were working for somebody.
Mhm.
Now you've got your own business. Let's Rent. You
Yes.
specialize. You're 100% property management. So
Yes.
why on earth did you go out on your own?
Different reasons. One of them was that I had worked for the bigger brands. I've been very fortunate enough to work with some of the market leaders, good business owners that had me under their wings, and they provided resources and learning and gave me all the training that I needed. At one point in time, I got to a place where I had hit the ceiling with my current job. Well, not current job, the job I was in. And as that last company I was working for grew a bit more than when I first started, it got to a point where I was held to the same standard to a junior property manager that has just started the industry. And I didn't like that. I thought, here I am with lots of experience. I should have a bit more freedom to run the business under their umbrella how I want to run it. But of course, you're not allowed. I mean, you've got other team members and you've got to fit into the team culture and do what everybody's doing the same thing the same way. There was one thing. And the other thing is I also knew I've got so much potential, but working with somebody else, that potential was capped, both in monetary wise and what I could do as myself. I was a brand under a brand, but I was still capped at being who I wanted to be. And then there was the money aspect of it. Every month I'll see my commission, and in that sheet there would be a lot more that could have been mine. And so I decided then I want to change things, and I made that decision just when we were in during COVID, second time when we went into lockdown in New Zealand. I decided I've had enough of that and I want to start my own. Now, it sounds really, really crazy. I don't recommend it. If the world is collapsing and about to fall apart, don't leave your boss.
If COVID's on, don't start a business.
But
we can laugh about it now, right? We can have a bit of a laugh about it. So I want to go back a bit first, if that's okay. I want to draw on something that you're talking about, because I really think that it's important for our listeners to really get a grasp of it, because I've been by your side through this, many a phone calls, many meetings and stuff with you. And it wasn't just an easy decision, right? I remember after the first time I met you, I said, you're a BDM. Why are you property? You're a BDM. You are very good at what you do, Shadi. You have won Property Manager of the Year award with us, right? You've been a finalist as a influencer award as well, but you are very good. but I've recognized that BDM trait in you. And there's not many people that I'll openly say that about, especially when you're very good at property management. So I could see you were a caged lion, like your juices of your possibilities were being held back. And that's, I think, what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
You know, micromanage you because you love the property management. You said at the beginning because you had that freedom to do stuff, but all of a sudden you were being brought in a bit, you know. And I remember when we were at an event together, your beautiful husband now, Wayne, was there as well.
Handsome.
Beg your pardon?
Handsome, not beautiful.
Handsome in your eyes, okay? But and I remember, you know, we were there and I could sense the frustration of you wanting to do more.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
You know, I was absolutely amazed and stoked. But so, you know, it was that caged lion feeling. So you felt like you could achieve more, you could do more. But you didn't make this decision lightly. You did a lot of, you know, so what let's talk about that for a second, if that's okay.
Sure. It was definitely not lightly made.
Yeah, how much time did you put into it, into doing your homework and, you know, I can talk about what the tweak moment was, and that's fine, but it's not just a decision you make. And I don't want people to think, oh, yeah, I'm going to go out on my own. You know, there's a lot to look at.
I think I would say at least a year when I made that decision. And it was, again, at one of your conferences in Brisbane when we were writing down goals of what we want to do in property management in our careers. And I wrote down, I want to be a business owner. So I made that decision then, but it took me a year to make that happen. One of the reasons why I knew I had potential, because I really believe that at the moment you have that mindset of, okay, I want to take my career to the next level of ownership, having my own company, then you already are passionate, you already have the skills and the experience. For me, what I wanted to do is also be financially secure, also have my own investment properties, also have my children secure, have my own home. So I had put all those ducks in a row before deciding, hey, I'm going to have no wages and just go into owning a business. I had a plan in place. And I think that is important when you decide to business ownership. You need to be able to have a fallback, a cushion to fall back on, but you don't want that cushion to be too comfortable. In my case, I was like, I love, as you know, I love my lifestyle. I like my pretty things and expensive things. So I was like, I cannot fail. I cannot fail. So I need to get back in there, roll up my sleeve and be back to where I was. My wages dropped from like below half of what I was getting when I, for the first 6 months. Yeah. So at least a year.
So the motivation is your back to the wall. You want to earn it, you got to hustle.
Yeah.
You know, and that you do really well. So you are the BDM of your business.
Yeah.
You're also the property manager. And what else do you do in the running of your business? So what position would you say you hold?
Pretty much everything. I am aware of everything. I've got a bird's eye view on everything that happens within the business. As of the last 3 months, I have employed our first staff. My husband doesn't count because he has no choice. But so I've employed my sister, who is on part-time basis, and I like her to look after the admin side of things. So this is our bank reconciliation, that is our water invoices, just all that stuff. Like at the moment, I'll be out and about, I'll be talking to an owner and say, look, we need to adjust our rent per week. And the owner says, yeah, go ahead. I quickly ring Nish I said, hey, could you do a price reduction, update our marketing materials? And that's been really good. I still, though, go back and look at to see how that was done. So letting go a little bit has been a bit hard because I've been doing it myself the last 4 years and a certain way, and it's hard to entrust your baby to anybody else.
Somebody else. Yeah,
Yeah.
but so she's actually freeing you up so you can do some more income producing work.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. We'll talk
Yeah.
about the struggles of letting go in a little bit. Okay, we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we had a discussion and you were giving me some scripts when I was in New Zealand in Wellington a couple of weeks back, and your scripts and dialogues are very good. And I remember my wording was, "It's not I, it's we."
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
People don't sign with Shadi. They sign with Shadi because she's very good at selling the services of property management. It's your systems, your procedures, everything your experience has put in, and now you're entrusting that for your sister to do. And she's doing a great job. I love your social media presence, and you're introducing the world to her. So
thank you.
Let me take it back. What training did you do? What training have you done, Shadi?
In property management, most of the training is from experience when I was first put on the deep end of it. And the other training that New Zealand has, or you can qualify as a property manager, is a level 4 property management course, which I did years ago. And I also keep myself updated, and I'm constantly learning. I attend to your conferences, your seminars. I sign up for those, and whatever New Zealand Real Estate Institute of New Zealand offers, our current conferences. So all these events are opportunities to upskill, to learn, and to network as well. So it's a constant learning every day. And of course, our Residential Tenancies Act and rules change all the time. So it's also being in tune of those changes. So constant learning, really.
Well, I mean, you're very good at what you do. However, you still throw yourself into training for that continued development.
You have to. You have to. I really believe in that. I don't want to be sitting here and forgetting about what is happening around me just because the business is running well. I don't want to be left behind. I want to be in the midst of the changes, of the learning, and so that so just need to be have presence in the changes around us. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, your confidence and your passion just it shines through. So, Shadi, what challenges are you facing at the moment, in running your business or in property management? And how are you overcoming that? And so it's great. Let's talk about what the hardest thing is and how are you getting on top of that?
Yeah, I think we touched base on the letting go aspect of it. And I'm slowly learning to do that. I feel that I've been such a perfectionist and I haven't made any mistake in our statements or anything that goes out. So I'm slowly letting go of that. And basically, I have to teach myself that there is nothing a person can do that breaks the system, that will take us out of business, because it's not possible to break anything. So if a transaction has been done wrong, or if a water invoice wasn't done correctly, hey, it's okay, we can reverse it or we can fix it later. So that's been a challenge for me. And the other challenge is we are at a certain number of properties, and I want to take the business to the next level, and that's tied to me letting go so that I'm freed up. Yeah.
Well, while you're talking about it, right? So your fear of failure, right? You are very competitive, and whatever you do, you want to be the best at it. And that shows in a lot of areas, right? But failure isn't final. So when we make mistakes, we know what we've got to fix. When someone in your team, it's going to happen, right? It's not going to be the end of the world, but your passion and your drive to be the best at everything, just, the important thing is mistakes are going to happen. It's how you get up that counts. because you are an agency. If something's wrong, if you will put
It'll be me.
No, but you'll put a change in place is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay for something to go wrong, because then you need to go, okay, so Niche, she needs training here.
Yes.
Right? Or if Wayne goes and does maintenance on the wrong property, right? So Wayne's not the problem. It's the process of how the delivery was given to him for whatever the case. So I just love your passion for wanting to be the best at everything you can do. And it's amazing. Your passion certainly isn't waiting for you to catch up, right?
Yes.
You're ahead of your passion. Okay.
I know.
So I just look, I think it's great. And I think that, you've got those high standards, and it's really important that you do continue to grow. And, you're really hard on yourself, but you're so good at what you're doing. I
Yeah.
look forward to sitting back and having a espresso martini with you next time in Auckland.
In March.
And yep, in March. I might even be there before then, but we have got a 2-day event we're going to do. But I look forward to sitting back and just saying, Shadi, look at your achievements, so a big pat on the back for yourself. So
thank you for always being supportive.
It's okay. That's what we're here for. We love helping people like yourself. What is like your biggest learning curve? What do you think your biggest learning curve is in going out in business on your own?
You can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Like, there's sometimes you doubt yourself and you take a step back and you're thinking, I can't, but then you are capable. It is possible. I've just learned that everybody started off with those same doubts, and when you say yes to something, you don't know how to do it, but it's in the process of that decision having made that you go, actually, this isn't that as hard as I thought it was going to be, right? So
once you believe in it,
yeah, and then you learn how to do it in the process. Like I really look back and thinking that how I managed to take our company from 0 properties, all organic growth, to being New Zealand's award-winning company in New Zealand. And I can't believe that I've managed that when before I started, I was like, as a possible. Yeah. So I guess biggest learning curve is that, hey, you can do it. It is possible. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, because you brought up growth, right? And your whole business has been brought up on natural growth.
100%.
What's working for you? What's your number one thing that's working for you with your
my investor clients and my landlords are my business development managers. So I knew straight away that if I have one client, look after that client, provide a good service, give back to them, be in touch with them, ring them before they ring you, update them before they ask a question, meet their needs before they arise. And I knew that they go and tell a friend, and that friend tells a friend. So it's like having different staff members, but you look after them so well. So I learned very early on that my best marketing are our current clients who are our active advocates and talk about us, and word of mouth. So that's where our businesses come from. And speaking of that, I also keep a spreadsheet of who these people are, so that I can keep in touch with them, so that I could send them a gift. And recently I sent a gift to somebody in Australia, in Brisbane, because they're not even here. They referred a business to us, another property manager. Yeah. So
there you go.
It's very important. Like, I've referred business to people, to other property managers. I don't hear from them. I don't know if they got the client. I don't know. And not to say I want to thank you, but I think it's important to know who your advocates are.
Oh, you're just highlighting that you do keep your referral partners up to date, right? Whether it's an owner or another property manager. And no doubt, I see when someone's looking for a property manager in Auckland, in the IGT inner circle, everyone is screaming Shadi, 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 Shadi. You know, it's almost like I'm sick of seeing Shadi's name being called out. I've got other clients in Auckland, people, but it's always Shadi. And you know, I've got a quote for you. It's a very good quote, and I love this quote. And you have just shown us that you live your business like this, right? The purpose of your business is to create customers who create more customers for you.
Yes.
The purpose of business is to create customers that create more customers for you. And that's what you're doing. Your strategic alliances are referring business to. I was with a good friend of ours now that I've met, didn't know that you're friends with, who refers business to you. And he's a real estate coach as well.
Yeah.
Steve. I mean, goodness, right?
He's my number one fan.
Hey. He's not your number one fan. He's the other fan, you know, and we'll message Steve. Look, but it shows, like, you've got people in Australia referring business to you. You've got your own clients, and you've got people in other cities from you that are doing that. And I think it's great. So a huge congratulations on that. Now, Shadi, I've got a question, because how many clients, when they're coming to you, are asking for a discount?
I get a couple. Yeah, a couple. And if I've ever been in a presentation and I've lost the business, it's because some other real estate company has reduced their fee to a place where I wouldn't go down to. Yeah. If that's the fee they want to pay, and if that's the service they want, I'm not going to meet them down there. They need to come and meet me up here. And I've been very strict on that. And I'm at a point where I'm not desperate for business. And I also feel that it is very unfair to our current clients, where we charge them a premium fee, yet somebody comes along, we don't know them from the word bar of soap or soap of bar, and then we're discounting our fees for them. Like, no, I don't think so. If I was to ever do anything nice, it'll be for my current clients, not you.
So I know why. Okay, I believe I know why you're only getting a couple that are asking you for business, and you're putting on some good numbers. So I believe your online presence is absolutely phenomenal, right? So people already trust you. You've said it's your customers. You've got these warm leads that are referring business to you. Your clients are referring business to you, other property managers. So, you know, if I was referring business to you, I'd be saying, oh my goodness, you need to speak to Shadi. That alone, they're not thinking about fees. They're thinking, wow, I've got someone who's going to look after
100%, yeah.
So, you know, and that's what I want to share. But I want to ask you something to help. So what are you doing with your socials, right? That is so amazing. So other people, right, and everyone, go follow Shadi. We'll get those details in a second. But what are you doing differently with your socials that you believe no one else is in your area?
I think I turn up. I turn up. You know, you can't. There's a real estate quote. I think it says you can't sell a secret. So I turn up on my social. Sometimes I'm having a bad hair day. Sometimes I'm not in the mood, but I turn up, and that's all you have to do is turn up, be yourself. And the other thing is also be engaging with other followers, other people that interact with you. It's nothing worse than commenting on Dennis's photo. Hey, Dennis, you're looking good today. And you don't acknowledge it. The people on our socials, whether Facebook or Instagram, are actual people that have taken time and effort to comment something. So they are screaming for your attention. Hey, Shadi, notice me. By liking their post, by commenting back, you acknowledge them. And so next time you post, they see, they engage with you again. Yeah.
Well done.
Just be yourself on there.
So you are raw, you are real. You've got your beautiful professional videos. Your branding is great too. Well done on that. And
Thank you.
you know, and I want to explain for the listeners, when Shadi's saying just turn up, she's saying do it. Be persistent. Keep posting on a regular basis, because that's what you do every day.
Yeah.
I'm watching your story. I feel like I'm having coffee with you. I
Yeah.
feel
Oh, in the
like,
mornings. Yeah.
yes, you know,
Yeah.
you did your
Yeah.
one this morning and it had the bloop, you
Yeah.
know.
And something else about what we post, like everything is content.
Yeah.
Everything. Like I've got the two phones. I'm always recording things like very quickly. And then you don't have to post straight away. I also, just for safety reasons, I delay my post. So when I'm at a property, when I post I'm in a property, I'm already gone from there. And I think that's important to do as well.
It is.
Yeah, and record stuff, and if you're shy with your face, do voiceovers. Yeah, and use ChatGPT as well. I use that, I use a bit of that. Just dictate into it. Hey, I'm at a property. I'm wearing nice clothes. I'm delivering a tenant gift. Could you please provide me a hook to use for this reel? And instantly you've got the hook to use. Oh, give me a couple of more ideas. And it does that. So taking advantage of technology at the same time being yourself as well.
It helps you not have to be free.
Thinking all the time.
Yeah, you've got the professional look, you do the stories, the journey, whether you're going for a run, washing the car, going out for dinner with your friends,
Yeah, people want to see us.
And you also do post with your strategic alliances, which I love as well.
Yes.
Your referral partners, so which is absolutely fantastic. Now, I forgot to ask a question at the beginning, which is one of the most important ones.
Tell me.
Tea or coffee?
Oh, both. I have coffee in the morning.
For those people that are listening, she gave the look of, is Dennis going to boot me out of this Zoom meeting? I'm okay with both.
Coffee in the morning and then tea later on, once in a while. Yeah. Definitely.
That's cool. No, you've done well. Okay, so where do you see the industry going, Shadi? Where do you think, so that there's been some changes over the industry? What do you feel is happening in the real estate sector for property management? Do you feel like there's something that's going to happen, or what we should be doing more of to help?
Yeah, I think there may be some changes happening. More automation of tasks that VAs do now. Like our technology is very clever, no doubt about that. But I don't see our jobs, property management, being done without us having some sort of an input in it. I think not for the next 10 years anyway. There is, you could do like tenant inspections, where tenants can do their inspections. But when you do a property inspection, you're not just seeing, you smell, you feel, you touch. And you also, it's an opportunity to interact with your tenant. And I don't think we're ready to let go of that.
Yeah, I agree.
So there's changes that will make our jobs easier, but not changes that will take over our jobs.
Yeah, so there's definitely more streamlined processes coming in, like companies like Tarpy and Inspection Express, where it's got that 360 camera and it uses AI to report damages and stuff, but you still need to be in the room, connecting with the people, calling the owners. But those 100%. Things are just freeing us up to be more income producing and customer oriented, Shadi, you are a wealth of knowledge. I love your journey. I've always been a big fan of yours and Wayne's. And
thank you.
I appreciate the time that you have given us. Now, people are going to want to know where to connect with you. Where's the best place? Where should people follow you?
Probably Instagram is the best. Shadi_property manager. And if you are wanting to have a personal brand, go to Instagram, search your name, make sure you have a property manager at the end of it. That's how you find yourself. So Shadi _ property manager, I should come up.
Well
Yeah.
done. And we will tag you in the IGT Inner Circle in this post. The video will be going into our IGT Inner Circle. So
Yay. Hi, everyone.
If
Yeah.
you're not part of the IGT Inner Circle, jump onto Facebook and do a search for IGT Inner Circle. And make sure you answer the questions, or Dennis Yusuf, the admin, won't let you in, because I'm really strict on who's coming in as well. And look, Shadi's doing her social media posts.
Simple. That's it. 2 seconds. Done.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. And I'll definitely be doing something as well. I've already recorded you, Shadi, saying some amazing things. Thank you so much for your time, Shadi. I love watching the journey of Let's Rent. And
Thank you.
Can't wait to see where you take the business above and beyond. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for the invite. Appreciate it. Thank you.